time. It's time. Season 5. Say hello to the people. Oh, dang. Oh, it feels good to be back. It feels good to be back. It's been a long break for the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. Thank you all for tuning in. We're about to kick off our 5th season. If you're counting at home, that's episodes 81 through 100. This, the month of December 2020. All culminating with our Season 5 finale on New Year's Day. You're not going to want to miss it. But thank you for tuning in. This is the Season 5 premiere episode of the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. I'm Master G. That little puppy you saw before, the one crying over by the door, that's my loyal canine co-host, Fitz for Fitzgerald. He's not quite in the mood for introductions at this very moment, so I think I'm going to let him out, and I think he'll be back to join us a little bit later. I'll leave the door cracked for you, buddy. All right, so if you've never tuned in to the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G, we're on a quest. We're on a quest here to play each and every Nintendo Entertainment System game cartridge that was ever released in the 80s and 90s. The originals, licensed and unlicensed, there's about 800 or so games that we need to hit. And this is game number 81. So, you know, we've barely even begun. We're going to be doing seasons and episodes of the NES Happy Hour for years to come until we've played each and every game in the NES library for you, with you, our loyal fans, live here on the show. But the show's a little bit more than just the gameplay. You know, we talk a little bit about the history of the games. We take a look at the boxes, the box art. We read the manuals together, the original game manuals that used to come with these fun little games. And we also mix up some pretty fantastic cocktail recipes. And we have a treat for you all this season. Thanks to our in-house mysterious mixologist, Parapluie626, a fan of the show, has offered to produce for you all a non-alcoholic mocktail to go with our alcoholic cocktail, one unique and original recipe for each and every episode for each and every game. So that's new for Season 5. We're going to feature an alcoholic cocktail and a non-alcoholic mocktail for each and every game. Game-inspired drinks, all original recipes, dreamed up by our mysterious mixologist, Parapluie626. So special shout out to you if you're out there. I appreciate it, and I'm sure our fans are going to appreciate it as well. So that's how the show goes. We start off with a little introduction. We go into the cocktail recipes. We take a look at the manual together. We take a short break. When we come back from that short break, we queue up the cartridge in this machine behind me. I already have it in there. I already have it working. We just push the power button and we're good to go. We'll play Pac-Man, the game, for today's premiere for about an hour, and you know, we'll just hang out and chat. It's all going to be pretty fun. I see we have a lot of our loyal viewers here in the chat. I see you, Mitch. I see you, Tiff. Dark Scorpion Gaming, good to see you too. If anybody else is out there, say hey now. I'll give you the shout out you all deserve, our loyal fans. And then when the fun's over, when we turn the game off, when we quit playing Pac-Man, the show doesn't end, because that's when it's time for our Bar Trivia Challenge. Very special segment I love doing. I prepare for you 5 multiple choice questions of increasing difficulty. We will put the chat right up there on the screen, and you can shout out your answers if you're playing along live at home. So that's why, you know, it really pays to tune in live. You might be watching this episode on the channel later on. I'm here to tell you, you should make an effort to tune in live and hang out with us here in the chat, because you'll get to play along for the Bar Trivia Challenge. Shout out your answers. See if you can go 5 for 5. I have a good one today. It's mostly video game trivia. So if you know Pac-Man, if you know arcade history, most of the questions you might be able to get. You guys know how I like to mix it up a little bit. You know how I like to pull in questions about history or science or literature, movies, pop culture, all the things. It's not always just video game questions, but I couldn't resist myself, because Pac-Man is legendary. It's legendary. It's not an NES game. This game came out way before the NES. But the NES port of Pac-Man is surprisingly good. In fact, this game came out in the arcades years and years before. Atari tried to make an Atari version of Pac-Man, and it was just an abomination. So thankfully, the NES ported over the arcade game, and they did a much better job. It's much truer to the original, so it should be pretty fun to play today. Oh, good to see you, Shadow Fang. Man, been a while. How have you been? Say hey to Shadow in the chat. This is the game we're playing. It's Pac-Man, the Pac-Man port for the NES. I'll read you the box. Celebrate 10 years of Pac Fever with this re-release of the original Pac-Man game. He was a superstar in the arcades. Then he gobbled his way into home video game history. Now, after 10 years, Pac-Man is still as lovable and fun as ever. You'll have a blast moving Pac-Man around the baffling maze, gobbling up all the dots, racking up points galore, all the while avoiding getting eaten by the cute but unfriendly ghosts. If you remember the awesome excitement Pac-Man generated, you're ready to relive the phenomenon. If you've missed out on him all these years, it's time you kicked off a second decade of fun with Pac-Man today. I don't know about you. If you don't know Pac-Man, you must have been living in a cave. I have a fun little stat for you. At one point, esteemed scientists across the country polled people all over the world. They sat down, they polled everyone in the world. Not everyone, but they did a good sampling. And they said, which of these video game characters do you recognize? And you might be interested to know that Pac-Man is the most recognizable video game character of all time. Yes, more recognizable even than Mario. 94% of people who responded to the poll recognized who this little yellow guy was on this box here. Only 93% of people knew who Mario was. So he is actually the undisputed most recognizable video game character in the history of all video games ever. Isn't that crazy? Well, now you know. All right. I don't want to get too much into the trivia because I'll spoil the trivia questions I have prepared for you at the end of the show, and I want you to stick around till the very end. So I think what we're going to do next is talk about this fantastic little drink we have prepared for you today. Our signature original cocktail recipe for the Pac-Man game. It is the Puck-Man. Now, why, Master G? Why, Master G, is it called the Puck-Man? Well, that's because, believe it or not, this game was originally called Puck-Man. It wasn't originally called Pac-Man. They changed it when they ported it. When they brought the arcade over to the U.S. The original Japanese game, believe it or not, was called Puck-Man. Now, they actually liked Pac-Man better, so they adopted it, and they took it all the way, and Pac-Man was born. But the Puck-Man is a fantastic little cocktail. I've just spilled all over my chair here. It starts with a little bit of tequila, equal parts tequila, yellow chartreuse, and Bianco vermouth. That gives it that nice yellow color, just like Pac-Man himself. You stir that over ice. Then you're going to want to garnish it with a lemon slice and a cherry. But not just any lemon slice, folks. You want to cut yourself a big fat lemon slice that looks like Pac-Man. See? Pac-Man. And then you want to garnish it with a little cherry that he can eat there. I'd show you, but if I try to show you my drink itself, I'm going to spill it everywhere. I'll do the demo for you. Here you go. Okay, here it is. You ready? There's Pac-Man, and there's his cherry. Isn't that awesome? It's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. That might be one of our better game-inspired cocktail recipes. As much fun to play with as it is to drink. So that's what I'm going to be drinking today during the episode, the happy hour, to stay in our happy hour theme, of course. Cheers, folks. That's a good one. But like I mentioned at the top of the show, we have very special plans for Season 5. Because we here at the show, we do not condone underage drinking of any kind. Fitz and Master G say no to underage drinking. So if you're not of legal drinking age, wherever you may reside, do not mix yourself up the Puck-Man. But instead, we have a mocktail, a non-alcoholic cocktail recipe called the Mocky. It's called the Mocky because it is a mocktail, but it's also called the Mocky because one of the ghosts in the original Japanese was nicknamed Mocky, believe it or not. I forget which one it was, whether it was Inky or Pinky or Clyde. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but in the original Japanese, they nicknamed him Mocky. And since this is a mocktail with no alcohol in it of any kind, this is our mocktail for Season 5, Episode 1, the Pac-Man episode. Instead of tequila, chartreuse, and vermouth, you're going to want to start with a glass full of ice. Add about an ounce of lemon lime soft drink, 2 ounces of lemonade, a splash of lime. Serve that all over ice there and garnish it with the same lemon and the same cherry that I have in my own drink here. Your 3 ounces of delicious goodness are non-alcoholic. Mine are alcoholic. But it's very fun to make and it's very fun to drink. And if you have a lemon and a cherry, you can even make yourself a little Pac-Man garnish to enjoy along with us here on the show. And of course, this drink is FITS approved. Like I said, no alcohol in it of any kind. So if you're not of legal drinking age, if you're just trying to be sober, if you just don't like drinking, feel free to mix yourself up one of these Mockies because I imagine it's pretty tasty. You can't go wrong with lemon lime soft drink. I don't know if I can say the brand or I'll probably get in trouble with YouTube, but you get the point. Use your favorite lemon lime soft drink and lemonade with a splash of lime and garnished with your little Pac-Man cutout like I have here. So I hope you can mix up one of these two and drink along with me on the NES Happy Hour. If you can't, don't worry. Grab a snack, grab a Coke, grab whatever you like, and settle in because we've got a great premiere episode for you. That does it for our cocktail recipes, guys. I see we got some more folks joining. GameFun124, good to see you. Good to see you. Anybody else new, join in the chat. Say hello. Get your recognition. Because now we're going into the manual segment. For those of you who've never seen the show before, I don't just collect the original game cartridges. I actually also collect the manuals because they're just as fun. They're just as fun to me as a collector. I love these old manuals. They remind me of my childhood. They remind me of getting a new game at the store, having to sit through a long car ride home, and the only thing I was able to do is tear open the box, get that manual out, read it again, read it a third time, figure out how to master the game so the moment I got home, I could sprint out of the minivan, run downstairs to the basement game room, put the cartridge in, fire it up, and get right to it. So that's what I like to share with you. I play the original cartridges only, no emulation. It's all original hardware. I also scan these manuals, and I like to read them together with you guys on the show. Thankfully, I don't think Pac-Man will be too hard for us to learn. The manual itself is not too long, so don't worry about that. If you've played Pac-Man before, the rules are the same. You have your Tengen 90-day warranty and your Nintendo seal of quality. This is the licensed version of Tengen's Pac-Man port, so it does come with the Nintendo seal of quality, the game we'll be playing today. They also had an unlicensed version, but I'm not really sure what the differences are. One day in the distant future on the Happy Hour, we will have to play the unlicensed version, and we'll see if there's any differences then. However, here is the game, the introduction. Let's read. Because, some of you might be tuning in. You might have never heard of Pac-Man, the legendary arcade game, the most recognizable video game character of all time, known the world over. That little yellow ball eating those pellets and running away from ghosts. The world-famous Pac-Man is making his home entertainment debut with this Tengen game for NES. He's intent on eating everything in sight, all the while avoiding being gobbled by the infamous ghosts Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and of course Clyde. Yes, Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. Blinky's the red ghost, Pinky is the pink ghost, Inky is light blue, and Clyde is orange. Now, the objectives are for you to score as many points as possible. This is an arcade game after all. You fed quarters in, you were going for the high scores. That is pretty much how the game works, and it's no different on the NES. This version of Pac-Man is faithful to the original arcade game. It's basically the same, so you're just going for points. You can play against yourself, trying to improve your own score, or against an opponent to beat his or her score. Points are scored by eating the objects in Pac-Man's path as he travels through the screen mazes. As one maze is cleared, a new one appears. It just repeats. Sometimes the ghost gets faster, sometimes other things happen, but you basically just keep playing forever and ever and ever until you can't beat it anymore. In fact, you might be interested to know there is an end to this game. After 256 levels, the game breaks, I hear. The arcade cabinet, it just sort of can't figure out what to do next and ends. So there are only 256 levels. If you beat them all, if you gobble all the pellets, if you eat ghosts, I think, and collect all the different items for bonus points, you can get a maximum high score. There is a record. It was at one point held by the guy who held the Donkey Kong record, that I think is Billy Mitchell's his name, but has since been accused of cheating, and the evidence is pretty convincing. I think he did cheat, but the world records will blow your mind. There's like 3 million points. I don't think we're going to get 100,000 points in today's episode, let alone a million, let alone 3 million. Now, as you're running around the maze, gobbling up those pellets, the only threat to Pac-Man are 4 ghosts, Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. They must either be avoided at all costs or they must be eaten. You can only eat them when you pick up what is called a power pellet. The power pellets are bigger dots in the corners of the maze. If you eat the power pellet for a brief time, you can chase the other ghosts. They turn a different color and they run away from you. You can chase them and eat them for some bonus points. They'll start to blink when they're about to, when your power pellet's about to wear off, and you have to make sure you're not near them when that happens, because then they'll turn on you and try to get you. If you're not quick enough, if you don't eat the ghost while he's blue, you will be eaten yourself. Fortunately, Pac-Man has 3 lives at the beginning of the game. You can make this mistake twice. Once all your lives have been used up, the game is over. Scoring. Pac-Man's diet consists of the small dots filling most of the mazes, energizers, the 4 large blinking dots, fruit, which appear briefly 2 times in each maze beneath the ghost lair, and eating the ghosts themselves. The more Pac-Man eats, the higher your score will be. Now, interestingly enough, the arcade games back there in the 80s, I guess, they were male dominated. Folks over there in Japan, they weren't really sure if women would ever get into video games. Boy, were they wrong. But they had this idea to create a video game aimed at enticing women to play. And they had a couple ideas. The developer of Pac-Man was the guy trying to put together this arcade game back in the 80s. And he thought, we need to make a game that's either about shopping or clothing or eating for some reason, because he thought those were all games that women would like to play. How he settled on a game about eating, I don't know, but that's how Pac-Man came to be. Let's make a game where a little cutesy character runs around a maze eating pellets and gets chased by ghosts. So in a sense, it's the first video game about eating. It's also kind of one of the earliest survival horror video games, because think about it. There weren't any games like this when this game came out. A lot of the games were like space, sci-fi. You were flying spaceships, shooting monsters, a lot of navigating. There were some racing games, some sports games like Pong and stuff. But this was really kind of one of the earliest survival horror games. You're being chased by ghosts around a maze that you cannot escape. You have to avoid them, try to defeat them, all the while running from them the entire time, lost in a maze. So think about that, some food for thought. Scoring in this game, each dot is worth 10 points. Each energizer, those are the power-ups I mentioned, is worth 50 points. Ghosts are worth more points the more you eat at a single attempt. So when you get a power-up, the first ghost you eat gets you 200, the second ghost 400, third ghost 800, fourth ghost 1600 points. Fruit bonuses increase in point value with each successive maze. First maze, cherry, 100 points each. Second maze, strawberry, 300 points. Third maze, orange, 500 points each, etc., etc. After scoring 10,000 points, you get an additional life, an extra Pac-Man. So you do need to get points. It's important. You need to get your extra lives, because this game just keeps going forever and ever and ever until you get 3 million points and beat level 256 when it ends. The controller parts and functions. So it's pretty much just how an NES controller works. 1 player, 2 player. There it is, your A button, your B button, your start button, your select button. Like I said, we play on original hardware. I got my controller here. I got my original system behind me. The A button and the B button don't do a thing, if I'm not mistaken. The select button allows you to choose between 1 and 2 player game at the start screen. And the start button begins the game. It also pauses the game during play. So if you want to pause it, you press start. Other than that, you're just using the control pad, the directional pad, the D-pad. You just move your guy around. He moves in a constant speed in one direction, and you just change his directions, navigate through the maze, use as many pellets as you can, get as many points as you can, and get that high score at your local arcade. So that's pretty much how it goes. Yep, there it is. A and B have no function. Reset button on the machine just starts over. Some strategy, though. Let's talk strategy for a minute, folks. It is best to avoid the ghosts until Pac-Man is within reach of an Energizer, the power-ups. And as many ghosts as possible, preferably all 4, are also within close range. So there is a strategy where you bait the ghosts around the map. Try to get them to chase you, get them all close on your tail, and then run over to one of the corners, eat the pellet, turn around, and eat all 4 ghosts really quickly. I don't know, Master, you guys know from watching me play these games live on the show, you know I'm not very good at most Nintendo games, so I'm unlikely to master these big brain, next level, high IQ strategies. I'm mostly just going to be running around like a maniac trying to avoid them. But once the ghosts converge, you eat the Energizer, quickly pursue them, try to eat all 4 of them, eat as many dots as possible while moving about the maze. It's best not to leave isolated dots. You might not be able to get back to them later. The ghosts will pursue you more quickly the emptier the maze becomes. So as you're gobbling up all the dots in the maze, when there's very few dots left, the ghosts will start to move very fast. So you need to think about your strategy, clearing corners of the maze at the beginning. You know, try not to leave isolated dots in all 4 corners, because once there's only a few dots left, the ghosts chasing you are going to move quite a bit faster. Try not to get trapped in portions of the maze where outlets are relatively far apart. Clear these when the ghosts are occupied elsewhere. When you do find yourself closely pursued by ghosts, escape into the warp tunnel through the openings at the sides of the maze. When in the warp tunnel, Pac-Man moves faster than the ghosts. He also moves more quickly in sections of the maze that have been cleared than in those still full of dots. You know, I don't think I ever knew that. In all my days of playing video games, I don't think I ever realized that either of those statements were true. I never really bothered much with the warp tunnel unless I was in a pinch, but basically you leave off the left side of the screen and you appear kind of on the right side of the screen, I think. I also didn't realize that you move faster through empty maze sections than you do through dot maze sections. But I guess live and learn, you know? Now you know. Each of the 4 ghosts has a slightly different style of pursuit. And this is really one of the most ingenious things about how this game was developed. They actually programmed really interesting AI into each of the 4 ghosts back in the early 80s. Or 70s. I'm not actually sure if this was 1980 or in the 70s. But all 4 ghosts have different patterns of behavior. Study them to learn the most effective evasion tactics. Also observe that if all 4 ghosts are in hot pursuit and you successfully elude them for a certain amount of time, they will eventually scatter temporarily and then converge again. Now, it doesn't actually say this in the manual, but I happen to know some things about the ghosts. So Blinky's the leader. He is aggressive. He's the red one. He's going to chase you. Don't mess with Blinky. He will come at you, bro. Okay? Pinky is the girl ghost. Pinky is clever, I believe. Pinky is the mischievous one. Pinky will try to make you think she's not chasing you and then try to trap you. I can't remember at the moment exactly what Inky does. I think Inky will always try to push you towards like a corner or something. I don't know. Someone can Google it, look it up. I know Clyde is the scaredy ghost. Clyde will charge at you, and then as soon as you get close to him, he'll run away from you. So I'm not really sure about Clyde. He's kind of the wimp. He's kind of afraid. He kind of doesn't want to attack you. He postures. He postures like he's coming at you. But if you're over in the corner and Clyde's the only ghost that's near you, he's the orange one, you probably don't have to worry, because when you turn at him, he'll run away. He'll get scared and he'll go away. So the four ghosts do actually end up working together in a sense to sort of trap you in different areas. So they are smarter than they look, believe it or not. The status indicators. There are a number of status indicators that appear on the screen as you are playing Pac-Man. Highest score of the playing session since the game was last powered on is displayed in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Player scores are displayed below that. So player 1, we're just going to be playing one player today. It's just me. My canine co-host Fitz doesn't have any thumbs. He's not hanging out with me right now anyway. The high score also appears at the top of the game selection screen. Yeah. The number of Pac-Man lives remaining is displayed in the form of Pac-Man symbols, 1 per life, there at the bottom right corner of the screen. And the number of the maze which is being cleared is displayed in the form of fruit symbols, 1 per maze, also near the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, above the Pac-Man life symbol. So in this example, you can see a little cherry there. I think that means we're on level 2 or level 1. I'm not sure. But that's actually it, folks, for the manual. You got your compliance with FCC regulations in the back cover there. A great Tengen game. So thank you. Thank you for bearing with us for that little setup, that little introduction for Pac-Man if you've never heard of this game before, if you've never played, or if you just happen to be watching this episode 40 years in the future. The year will be 2060, and you might be thinking to yourself, Pac-Man, I've never heard of that. What a weird idea. All of our video games in the future are in virtual reality. This is strange. Well, that's Pac-Man. It came out in the golden age of arcade gaming in the late 70s, early 80s, and it was like one of the most popular arcade cabinets of all time. As of the filming of this episode in 2020, Pac-Man voted the most recognizable video game character of all time, even more so than Super Mario himself. That's Pac-Man. That's what we're going to play. But first, we're going to take a short commercial break. I'm going to play our little ad roll, plug some of our other content on the channel, and I'm going to make sure the game works. Because like I said, we're not playing on emulation, so I want to make sure the game works. We can hit that power up on button and just dive right into it. So we're going to take a short 3-minute break. Mix yourself up one of these fantastic little drink recipes, either the cocktail or the mocktail, and grab a snack. Meet me back here in about 3 minutes because we're going to fire up this console. We're going to play some Pac-Man on the season premiere of Season 5 of the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. Do not miss it. We'll see you then. We're back. The NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G, getting ready to fire up this beautiful little console behind me. Play us some Pac-Man, the licensed version, on the Nintendo Entertainment System here for you, our loyal fans. Say a little prayer to the NES gods. Oh, there it is. Ooh, Drago Recoded. Good to see you in the chat. This is the fun little gameplay segment of the show. You missed the cocktail recipes, you missed the game manual, perhaps, but you tuned in just in time for the gameplay, which admittedly is when we just hang out and chat. So everybody say hello, make Drago feel welcome here. You guys know all the Pac-Man trivia. Like, I think you guys know more than me. I think you're all going to get 5 out of 5 in the bar trivia challenge at the end of the show. I think you are going to. Game Fun, Shadow, you guys are all over this. All right, so there it is. There's Pac-Man. That's what we're going to play today. They did get those high scores, the world records, by manipulating the ghost. I told you, that's some big brain, next level stuff. I am no video game master. I'm a casual gamer at best. We'll see if I can trick some ghosts. Uh-oh. Hold on, I gotta mute it. Gotta mute the monitor. All right, here we go. We're ready. Uh-oh. Here we go. Alright, I always like to clear the bottom left corner first. I don't know why, I just do. See, that was probably like bad ghost. Oh. This is a warm-up. Guys, this is a warm-up game. It's a warm-up game. You know I need a warm-up game. I'm cold. I took a long time off between seasons. That was not my finest moment. Not my finest moment. Now I really gotta clear this. I gotta clear this bottom section. Oh, come on. It's like a vendetta. I just want to eat the ghosts. I should probably just like relax. I should probably just like relax and not try to eat all the ghosts. Uh-oh. This could be problematic, guys. Oh! Oh, I missed the turn. It's embarrassing. Alright, this is still our warm-up game. Alright. Still our warm-up. Everybody just relax. Master G's got this. I got this. This isn't our world record run. This is our warm-up run. Get this guy. Get him again. All right. Now we're cooking. Oh no, I missed the turn again. Guys, I keep missing my turns. Oh, I really want to get that fruit. Where you going? Woo! Juke! Look at that juke! You see that? Wait, oh, there's 3 dots. Oh man, I totally thought I had I totally thought I ate them all there. Oh no, tragedy. Look at him cornering me like that. That's nonsense, man. Ooh, Drago, you got a PSP coming off of eBay. That was a good little console. Anybody in the chat, you guys have any PSP games? I'm so bummed about my PSP because I sold my PSP and all my games in college for extra money, and I really wish I wouldn't have done that. All right, what was our score? Ooh, that's terrible. 6,730 points. We're just gonna call that a warm-up game, guys. We're just gonna call it a warm-up game, and we're just gonna go next. What can you do, right? Eat all you ghosts. Oh, you juked me again. They're always juking me. I missed the cherries. I gotta save my dots, guys. I gotta save my dots. Be smarter about my dot eating. This guy. Oh! I always forget. They come right out of the little trap there. You saw what I was trying to do, though. You saw it. That's okay. I think we're in good shape. I think I can just eat this power up and then we're good. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't clear those. I can't clear those like little dots at the top there. I just keep failing miserably. This is not my finest performance here. It's all right. We got an hour. One level. I lost I lost all my lives. How many do you need? 10,000 points for an extra life. Okay. Come chase me, ghosts. Come chase me, ghosts. All right. Let's eat the red one. He's their leader. That's Blinky. Dude, I could not time that right, man. Guys, chase me down here. Come chase me over here. Uh-oh. Oh no, that was a mistake. Oh, that was a terrible mistake. A terrible mistake, indeed. All right. I can beat levels. I just need to think. I just need to focus, guys. I just need to focus. Maybe let's try to clear these top dots first, since I struggle so much. Since I'm struggling with the top dots, I'll clear the top of the maze first. Whoops, missed my turn. Ah! Clyde's supposed to be afraid of me. I thought he was the scared one. I thought he was the one that got scared. Cash Sue, good to see you. New face in the chat. The pack is back. Yeah, I'm not performing well, though. I'm really not. But if you've ever watched the show before, you know I'm not good at these games. I do this purely for your own viewing pleasure. Oh, there's two ghosts. That's good. That's a level. That's good. Okay, I have a game to recommend for your PSP collection, Drago. I think you should get a game called Loco Roco. L-O-C-O-R-O-C-O. Loco Roco. I love that game on the PSP. Oh, I missed the turn. I don't know if I'm like slow or if there's like input lag, but I was all over that and I just missed the turn. That's all it was. Oh, I missed it again, but they let me go. Pause. Missed the turn again. I keep missing it. I keep missing that turn. Dang. Is Pac-Man this hard? I don't remember Pac-Man being this hard when I was a kid. I don't know. GameFun124. I did know that. If you're reading the chat, I was really sad about that, actually. Jeopardy is obviously one of my favorites. And because you guys know how much I love trivia. Like, you know, it's one of my favorite things to do is the bar trivia challenge on this NES Happy Hour. But yes, the late great Alex Trebek, an icon in the world of trivia. One of my favorite game shows of all time. Very sad to hear he had passed away. I can't make that turn. I don't know if I'm just like timing it wrong or what I'm doing, but I keep screwing up this little section here. I can't get that turn right. I can't get the timing down. Alright, here we go. Now we're good. I feel like this might be in trouble here. There we go. We did it. We did it. All right. We beat level 1 on the first try that time. I just need some warm-up, guys. I just need some warm-up. Simon, angle 98 degrees. Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. We got a bunch of new faces tuning in today. You guys are awesome, man. Say hello to the newcomers while I focus on not embarrassing myself at Pac-Man. Because maybe what it is just like I need the joystick. Like if I had the joystick, I would be like a superhero. I would just be all over this game. But I don't have the joystick, so that's why I'm doing terrible. I'm going to zip over here. I'm going to zip back over here. Guys, come up here. Chase me up here. Alright, now I'm getting the hang of it, guys. Now I'm getting the hang of it. Woo! Flying now. Master G is flying now. Woo! It's 2 levels in a row. Alright, now I'm killing it. Yeah, you guys know how much I love trivia. You also know how much I love game show games. We've done Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy. We did that MTV remote control game. I love those games. Did I pause it or did it glitch? Oh, are you kidding me? On my world record setting run, the game glitches? No way. No way. Oh, it did, guys. It did. All right. That was my world record-setting Pac-Man run right there. If it hadn't glitched out, I would have set the world record. I would just like to state that for the record, unequivocally. You guys know it. If the game didn't glitch out, we were only just a few hours away from me setting a world record. Now I gotta beat it all over again. But lucky for you, it's pretty much the same. You guys all gonna chase me, are ya? You're all gonna chase me. I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you. want to eat those cherries, but I don't have enough confidence. I don't have enough confidence to go for the fruit, you know? I lack the confidence. I will eat ghosts, but I'm afraid to go for that fruit. All right, here we go. Gameplay segment. Pac-Man, domination. Does anybody know if the mazes change at any point in time in the NES version? Like, do they get different, or is it always the same, like, maze structure? Yeah, you run from me, ghosts. You run from me. Wow, they trapped me there, man. They cornered me good. I had no chance. I had no chance for escape. Oh, you guys are done now. There's no way. There's no way you escape me. There's no way. Boom. Is this when we get the cutscene? It didn't glitch this time. That's good. This is also one of the earliest video games to feature cutscenes. Believe it or not. They serve no other purpose than to entertain you. To break up the monotony of staring at that arcade cabinet forever, listening to the endless droning of Pac-Man eating pellets. Oh, what is that? The melon? I should have eaten that. One of these days, I'm going to go for the fruit. I'm going to try to get fruit. Oh no, guys, they're trying to corner me again. Is what they're doing. Look at these guys. Look at them. You thought you could outsmart me. You thought you could outsmart me, you ghosts. Ah! I was trying to juke down and I missed it. I missed it! Alright, maybe we'll get an extra life. I just need to think. Just need to think here, guys. Just gotta get that annoying little bit there that I can never seem to do. Never seem to do it. There we go. Alright. What level's next? Man, they get faster. I feel like everything's getting a lot faster. I could be making that up, but no, I'm not. I'm definitely not making that up. Everything is faster. It's like level 4 is like wicked fast. Oh, where'd he come from? Where did Blinky Inky, Pete, where did Inky? That was Inky. The blue one is Inky, I think. Man, he came out of nowhere. I was so close to my extra life too. All right, let's do some Q&A in the chat. What do you guys got for me? I see Jeopardy. I see we're still trying to hook Drago up with some good PSP recommendations. The mazes, Simon, thanks for that. The mazes only change between stages in Miss Pac-Man, which was like a sequel, so that's smart. They did do it better. But like it was definitely getting faster. Is it just going to get faster and faster for 256 levels? Or like what does it do? Like, does it reset itself, I wonder? I'm not sure. Yeah, you're right. We did talk about that briefly, Simon, at the beginning of the show, about how, like, you get to the end and it, like, glitches out and just ends. So, like, there is, like, a set high score that you can possibly get, and you can't get any higher than it in Pac-Man. Gamefun124, the ghosts get faster every level? We were on level 4. We were on level 4 and those ghosts were so fast. How fast are they going to be? Oh my God. I'm going to have to watch some YouTube videos of people going for the world record, man. I would like some variety in the mazes. I mean, I like that this is so true to the original because I know when Atari ported it over, they did a terrible job and it was almost unplayable. That's what I've heard, at least. So I'm glad that when they ported it to the Nintendo, it was much more enjoyable. I just don't know any, like, good big brain strategies for Pac-Man. You know what I mean? Like, I know, eat the pellets. Don't get caught by ghosts. But that's like it. That's like all I know. I don't know what the right techniques are for like perfecting Pac-Man. You guys are all coming down here to get me, aren't you? How about that? Juke me. They're always juking me. Go up here and eat this dot. I forgot one dot. You know that dot was going to come back to haunt me. If I don't eat it now, I'm in trouble. Oh, I'm too fast for you. I'm too fast for you. How about that? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I think you're gonna trap me. That's what they were doing. They were plotting against me. I should have just kept going. The blue guy wasn't turning on me, but I thought he was gonna. So I turned around, and that was my mistake. My downfall. Oh, man. See, now, why won't you guys just come over here? Just come over here near me. Come over here near me so I can eat you. Screw it, I'm getting that strawberry. Whatever. Yeah. Oh, I outsmarted myself. I was gonna just like grab it and turn on him. I was gonna grab it, and then I missed it, and then I didn't. Oh, that is unfortunate. That was my play. Ah, well. Ah, well, you win some, you lose some, right? Put another quarter in the machine and keep going. Thank God I don't have to put quarters in these. Alright. I need to get that extra life. You have no idea. I definitely need it. Come over here, guys. I tried to outsmart them, but they outsmarted me. Oh, man. That was terrible. What was my high score? Oh, I haven't even broken the built-in high score of 10,000. Like, I'm still in like tutorial mode. That's how bad I am at Pac-Man, guys. That's how bad it is. I haven't even beaten the built-in high score. I'll tell you what. It's the white ghost. That's the ghost that I should worry about. Like the red ghost, he just comes right at you. You know what he's gonna do. He's just gonna come right at you. The white ghost, though, he messes with you. You know what I mean? Like he makes you think you're safe, but you're not safe. You're not. It's all just a man. How are they so fast? How are they so fast at like juking me out? I didn't even eat a single ghost that time. I just ate pellets. Maybe that'll earn me some like karma. You know, maybe they'll like just leave me alone this game because I didn't eat them. You know? Could it be? Could it be possible? Woo. Come over here, guys. Now I'm just like angry and eating all the ghosts. That's gonna come back to haunt me. I can tell, cause look at this ghost. He's messing with me now. He's like trying to trap me. Ooh, I got a strawberry. Got a strawberry. Oh, look at that. That was pretty good execution. Pretty good execution there. That was a pretty good run. Yeah. I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is, Simon, because that's a good point. I should call that out. Simon says, you didn't found in internet the box of Pac-Man, the official release, because the Tenjin version, I think, is the unofficial. I actually do have the official game, but I actually don't pull the graphics from the internet. I order these special like plastic cases made up, and I must have just made a mistake in ordering, but I basically pull this out and scan it. So I only had the Tenjin version, the unlicensed box art, but I thought, you know, I'll just put it in there because why not? I have the licensed version of the cartridge. I could show you the sticker, but it's already in the machine. And the manual. I just bought the wrong box art. That's what it was. But you're right. There's an unlicensed and a licensed version. We are playing the licensed cartridge. This isn't the Tenjin cartridge. I actually don't have that in my collection yet. But I do have the gray cartridge, Nintendo licensed version of Pac-Man, which is the one we're playing right now. One day, I guess we're going to have to play the unlicensed version because, you know, we are going to have to play every single game. So eventually, we're going to have to play the other unlicensed Pac-Man. Ooh, got some points there. That should be worth some points. I don't like them. They're all trying to trap me here. And I don't have any more power pellets left, guys. Oh, I went the wrong way. I wanted to go through like the warp. Oh man, now I'm gonna get trapped real fast because they're gonna be real speedy. Where's he gonna go? Maybe I can outsmart him. Ooh! Just barely. Alright, guys, I think we can get that life back. Although this is the really fast one, isn't it? Yeah, where everything's like really stinking fast. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. We did get the extra life though. Eat that one. Oh, keep missing my turns. Ugh, he's too fast. He's too fast. Okay. Okay, this should be easy. I should have it. Alright, we did it. Woo! We actually got a high score. An actual high score. Are they really just going to get faster and faster? Oh my goodness. I really don't like the speeds. I'm really not comfortable with how fast these ghosts are. I really think... Oh god. How did I do that? Oh, I'm gonna eat all of them. Oh no, wait, hold on. Man, they don't stay edible for very long, do they? Holy cow. I want that apple. Oh, there's no way out of that. There's no way out of that. My goodness. How do people beat that many levels? I'm already just like finding this impossible. Alright, I beat that one. Huh. Whoo, whoo, whoo. Oh, cutscene. Another cutscene. Oh, he got stuck. What happened to him? Oh, that was weird. That was weird, wasn't it? Woo! How did I not get eaten there? Well, that sucks. That's okay. It was respectable. It was a respectable 17,000 points. What do you guys think? It was respectable. Because, like... Oh, yeah, okay. So it's all about the AI. If you know what the ghosts are going to do before they do it, then you do have an advantage. But I have not played Pac-Man in 20 years. Alright, cheers. We did get a high score. 17,950 points. Do you think we can beat it? I really cannot even believe how fast these ghosts are going on just like the 5th or 6th level. Because, like... That's insane. There's no way these world record holders, they blow my mind. About 10 seconds to eat the ghost. It was much shorter on that one level. Like they were blinking like that. It was like 4 seconds to eat the ghost. That's what it felt like. I don't know. I don't know about any of that. I probably need to focus more on eating ghosts and fruit for points, you know, so I can get some extra lives, because I'm probably going to need a lot of extra lives if we try to beat our high score. I also don't like the, you know, because it slows down, like the timing is different for like when to push the button for the turns. It really throws off my rhythm. I'm just saying. It's kind of weird. Like, you wouldn't necessarily think it would be that problematic, but it kind of is. If I'm being honest, it kind of is. 'Cause now I'm finding it really hard to like time my turns. But we're doing okay, I guess. Oh no, I forgot a dot. The dot's gonna screw me over later. Maybe not. Whew, whew. Oh, the less time you have for super pellets, the faster the ghosts are. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out the AI if I ever want to make a world record run. I don't know. My only thought is to entertain you guys. There's no speed runs here. There's no world records. You guys know me well enough by now to know that we just play these games for fun. Woo! Just barely got out of that. Oh, you're all getting eaten. Nope, you're not gonna get eaten. I'm gonna spare you. Well, that sucks. All I wanted was that little pellet I forgot there. They trapped me. I feel like the red ghost and the white ghost are working together. Like, they're trying to corner me. They know exactly what they're doing, too. Don't let them fool you. The red ghost, he's just more, he's more bold. He's more bullheaded. Like I said, he just comes right at you. He doesn't try to be clever. But the white ghost... I think the white ghost is supposed to be pink. I think that's supposed to be Pinky. Pinky is the clever one. The one that tries to trick you. No problem, Tiff. It's okay. I just recognize that I'm going to need to entertain you folks today because Pac-Man is Pac-Man. There's not a lot of tunes. There's not a lot going on. It's just sort of mindless in a good way. But you know, I gotta try to carry the show for games like this. Try to be entertaining and read your chats. Whew. I feel like he was going to turn back into a ghost in a second. Got you. Got you. Ooh, that was the extra. Ah! Dang it. I second guessed myself. I should have just trusted my gut. Should have just trusted my gut there and we would have been fine. That red one always runs away there. I should learn that. It's a learned behavior. You're not gonna catch me, Red Ghost. You're not gonna catch me. In fact, I am gonna eat you. And then I'm gonna end this. Oh no! Clyde. Are you kidding me, Clyde? His name's Clyde. Clyde normally just leaves you alone, except for when he does nonsense like that. He just comes at you like a little turd. Sneaky. Clyde is a sneaky fella. Oh, I'm eating all of the ghosts. All the ghosts are gonna get eaten. Oh, he juked me. No way he juked me. Ha! Got it first. Sucker. I can't believe they both juked me out there. I can't believe they both juked me out there. Both of them. I got baited. Oh, that wasn't good, man. I didn't even beat my high score. That was weak. Alright, Simon's got us. The way AI work is they go between chasing you and moving the labyrinth of memory. The red ghost, when he finds you, always chases until you eat him. Until they find you. You know, I'm just not clever enough. I'm not clever enough to outsmart these silly ghosts. Oh boy. Okay. We have some time. We have some time to beat our record before we do bar trivia. We do. We'll give it an honest try here. See if we can get a nice little streak going. That was bad. I still got two ghosts. I just want to clear out that crappy section there. Anybody gonna chase me? Anybody gonna chase me? Come here, guys. Come here, guys. I'm a friendly little Pac-Man. I'm gonna eat some cherries while I'm here. Just have a little cherry treat. Okay. Alright. You're a fast little bugger. I'll just follow Clyde. Clyde's lost. Clyde doesn't know what he's doing. He's totally lost. You guys know there was a cartoon, a Pac-Man cartoon in the 80s? It's pretty fantastic. You should Google that if you have some free time. The Pac-Man cartoon. Pretty fun. Pretty fun early 80s Saturday morning cartoon. You wouldn't think there'd be enough material here. Oh my god, I gotta pay attention. I wasn't paying attention. That was on me. That one's on me. That's the hazards of the live show. Sometimes you just want to talk about stuff, but you can't because you're playing the game for millions of viewers. One day, guys. One day it's going to be a million of you. I'm going to be playing old Nintendo games for 1 million people. No, I'm not. I don't think there are 1 million people that care about these games. It's sad. Well, we really need to try to get ourselves a little extra life here. He beat me to it. I was trying to get too clever. I was trying to get clever. I was cocky. That's what it was. I was cocky. I had my Pac-Man drink in me. I was feeling like a big shot, and I went for it, and that was a mistake. Okay. We'll give it one more honest try. One more honest try. It is, after all, our Season 5 premiere. We need to put on a good show for everyone. This first level is just getting easier and easier. I'm less stressed about this level. Oh, you're trying to cut me off, are you? Yeah. Sneaky ghosts. You sneaky little ghosts. I'll eat you. Ah, wanted to get that cherry, but I missed my turn. I missed my turn there. Oh, I'm totally eating some ghosts. Because we're all set here. Take a little detour, eat you. Take a little detour, get some bonus points. We need those points. You need those points for extra lives. Because Lord knows, it gets really fast, really quick. Look at this guy coming at me. What's your deal, bro? Got them all chasing me now. Well, that ended wrong. That ended poorly. I was like, oh, I'll just go over here and eat this power pellet. But then the blue one. Then it was Inky. Yeah, it was Inky that got me. God, so clever. These ghosts are so smart. Guys, why don't you come down here? Come down here, I won't hurt you. Can't. I just want to get the strawberry. I'm fleeing. That's what that was. That was me fleeing. Oh! Oh, that was a big brain move right there. Now I'm going to eat you all. Ugh. Oh, that felt good. That felt real good. Oh! That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing, folks. I'm not proud of that. For some reason, I have trouble with those turns. I can't get the timing right, you know? Yeah, the Pac-Man cartoon, it's worth checking out if you have time. Just Googling it, watching some YouTube videos. I actually never saw it when I was a kid. I think it was a little bit before my time as a child. Okay. Well, this is just getting silly now. Like, what are they trying to pull here? This nonsense. Like, they weren't that smart in all the other levels. Okay, this is probably going to have to be our last run. Let me prep for it. This is probably going to have to be our last run before the bar trivia challenge. And you're not going to want to miss that. If you stuck with us this far, you're going to want to stick with it to the end. Because the bar trivia challenge is a fun little segment. Okay, here we go. This might be our final run. Our record-setting run. 17,950 points is the score to beat. Do things a little differently this time. Okay. This is go next. Go next on that. Go next on that. That was just a fake out. I was trying to get creative. Oh no. Drago, I just read in the chat that your cat broke your PlayStation Vita. Is that true? Oh, what a tragedy. Like broken? Like done for. Oh no. Ah! Ah! I'm gonna eat this cherry. I thought I was faster than him, but I wasn't, because I went to eat the cherry. The cherry lured me in. A false sense of security, of confidence. Like I could get that cherry. I could get that cherry if I just go for it. But I couldn't. It was a lie. There was no chance. I never had a chance to get that cherry and make it out alive. Oh, brutal. I'm gonna eat these two, because the red ghost and the pink ghost, they're the ones that mess with me. So, they deserve to be eaten. Because they're always messing with me, you know? They're always messing with me. Look at him going the other direction like he's gonna outsmart me. Look at them! They cornered me! They're so smart! These guys are these ghosts, man. It's just like some next level nonsense. Like, does my cartridge just have some like hacked AI in it? Like they made the ghosts smarter? Someone hacked it? My particular cartridge only? I feel like that must be it. That must be it. Because these ghosts are just doing crazy things. They're just doing crazy things. Okay, here we go. We got this. We got this. Pac-Man. Clear that section. Eat you, because you're a punk. Look at them! All three of them teaming up on me like that. You kidding me? You gotta be kidding me here. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me with this stuff. I feel like these ghosts are learning. Is that possible that they're learning? They're learning my tendencies? Okay, we have time for one more. We'll do one more and then we'll do bar trivia. It's not half past the hour yet. And half past the hour is when we start bar trivia. That's when the tweets go out. That's when we'll pick up some new viewers who just want to be on bar trivia. Just want to be stars, celebrities, in the NES Happy Hour bar trivia challenge. We've got time. Is all I'm saying. We've got time. You're getting eaten. Do this little crappy section that I'm not good at. They did it again! They trapped me again, and they knew it! They knew exactly what they were doing, too. Don't tell me that was random. They knew. They knew what they were doing. Those ghosts knew exactly what they were doing. Sneaky. Sneaky little buggers. Oh, man. Tiff, I can't wait for the bar trivia either. I don't know. Once you start playing this game, you just get addicted. That's what makes a good arcade game. You just keep pumping those quarters in. Next time I'm going to break my high score. Next time I'm going to get a personal best. Clyde, you better run away, bro. You're supposed to be a fraidy ghost. Dude, they just corner me. They're just coming after me hard. You know? You know what I'm saying? Look at that! They cornered me again. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Mitch, how's it going so far? Oh my God, these ghosts. I don't know what's wrong with me. I started off pretty strong, but I swear to God, these ghosts are learning. Like, they're learning my tendencies. They're working together. They are. Don't tell me they're not. They are working together to get me. I just want to beat my high score. I just want to beat my high score one more time. Just one more time. I am convinced. I am convinced that these 8-bit ghosts are working together to thwart me. They're communicating. Like, they're talking to one another, saying like, Inky, yo. Every time he goes down to the corner, he passes up on the power pellet. So don't chase him, or do chase him, you know, but when he goes to the top right corner, he always eats that power pellet. So stay away from the top right corner, because you'll never get him there. Like, I swear they're working together. They're sharing strategies, is what they're doing. I just had like a full-on panic moment there. I went back and forth because I had no idea which way to go. I was like, should I go that way or should I go that way? Well, alright, we did it. We did it. We did it. We did a level. We beat a level without dying. Holy cow, man. It is a conspiracy. I'm getting a little psychotic here. This game's making me crazy. Making me a little crazy, guys. Something about the Pac-Man, man. I don't know. What am I supposed to do there? What am I supposed to do there? There's no escaping it. Ah! That's not what I wanted. Alright, let's just take the easy pellet and then let's just race to the top. Ready? Get it before him. Good. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. We made it to the cutscene. Now we just need to get that extra life. It's our only chance for beating our high score. Excuse me. Things are going to get fast, guys. Pretty soon, things are going to get out of control. Part of me wants to eat the ghosts, but I don't think I'm good enough, you know? Like, I don't think I can get them in time. I think they're gonna, like, outsmart me and like that! Oh my God, that was close. The white guy. If I would've went up, the white guy would've got me. He knew I was going that way. He knew it. He knew it. I'm out. Master G, out. Oh, this game. Oh, this game. Alright guys, that's going to be the gameplay segment. I hope you enjoyed playing Pac-Man with me. I know there wasn't a lot of tunes. There's not a lot to it. It is a classic though, a quintessential video game from video game history. It's an important game. You should appreciate it. You should pick up a copy of Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man or Pac-Mania or any of the other Pac-Man variants there are. But what you should know about this NES version of Pac-Man is that it's pretty true to the original arcade game. So if that's what you want to experience, pick yourself up a copy for your NES, because it'll be money well spent. And it's not too expensive. Thanks, Mitch. You're always consoling me about how I gave a valiant effort, but I feel like everybody else in the chat is like, Mitch, why do you do that, man? He's terrible at video games. Just tell him. Just troll him. He can take it. No, I can take it. But it was fun. I had a blast playing. I hope you had a blast watching. The fun is not over. The NES Happy Hour continues after a short 3-minute break. We're going to be back with the Bar Trivia Challenge, Pac-Man edition. 5 multiple choice questions. Audience participation encouraged. So if you're tuning in live, you're not going to want to miss it. Meet me back here in 3 minutes. We'll queue up the Bar Trivia segment. I'll put the chat above me. You can call out your answers. Try to go 5 for 5. We play for pride here on the NES Happy Hour. Very few people have ever gotten all 5 questions right. Will you get all 5 questions right today? Find out. Meet me back here in 3 minutes. We'll see you then. All right, we're back. Oh, goodness. Look at that chat above me. Can anybody even read that? Holy cow. I don't know what happened to our chat box, but I'm going to fix that first. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Let's see here. Font settings. Font size 25? 28? How about 28? All right, somebody type something in the chat. We'll test it out. It is above me. You saw your chats from before, but they were painfully small, difficult to read. And I want to make sure we get this right before we start our Bar Trivia Challenge. While you guys, our loyal viewers, are testing out the chat box above me, let me tell you, our new viewers, about the Bar Trivia Challenge. We close each and every episode of the NES Happy. Man, it's still small. It's still pretty small. I need to be able to read that, so I'm gonna play with it again. It's always like this when we come back for a new season because I'm rusty. That's what it is. I'm rusty. Let's try 36. How about 36? All right, cue it up again. Someone say something in the chat. This is the segment of the show where we put you to the test. You, our audience, playing, participating at home. I scour the internet because I'm a big trivia buff. This is the NES Happy Hour. Keep with the Happy Hour theme with a little bar trivia. I scour the internet for 5 multiple choice questions. I put them in order of increasing difficulty by what I think is probably the easiest to what I think is the hardest. I always save my favorite one for last. It's not always the hardest, but it's always my favorite one. So that means I'm going to present you 5 questions, multiple choice, A, B, C, or D. I will put you on the clock, 10 seconds. If you want to play, say so. Make yourself known. Say, I'm going to play, Master G. Wait for me to answer. Because I know sometimes there can be a little bit of a chat lag, and I want to make sure I give you enough time to get your answers in before I reveal it. We'll go through all 5 questions, and we'll see if any of you get 5 out of 5 correct. So without further ado, let me introduce to you all the Bar Trivia Challenge, Pac-Man edition, here on the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. You guys ready for question number 1? Now, we have the chat set on ultra low latency, so there should not be too much of a lag. You guys should be able to get right in, to see your chats right away, to get your answers in there, but I'll still stall a little bit for time because you know how I do. Okay, here's question number 1. Are you ready? Which of the ghosts in Pac-Man is the only female member of the Ghost Gang? I told you, today's bar trivia is going to have a lot more video game trivia than we normally have. Normally, I take it in all kinds of different directions. Today, we have quite a few questions about Pac-Man itself. And this is question number 1, your warm-up question. Which of the ghosts in Pac-Man is the only female member of the Ghost Gang? Is it A, Blinky, the red ghost, B, Pinky, the pink ghost, C, Inky, the blue ghost, or D, Clyde, the orange ghost? I see one answer in the chat already. I'll start the clock now. You have 10 seconds. If you are playing at home, shout out your answers now. A, B, C, or D. Blinky, Pinky, Inky, or Clyde. Those are your choices. Clock starts now. Simon's going with B. Mitch will give you a chance to answer. There are 4 ghosts in the original Pac-Man, Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. Your guess is B as well. I didn't get any other takers. I mean, if you're joining late for the Bar Trivia Challenge, there's still time. Shout out your answer in the chat, A, B, C, or D. This is question number 1. It's not too late to go 5 for 5. Anyone? Anyone? Going once, going twice? The answer is, of course, Pinky the pink ghost. B, you are all correct. Not too much to say about that one. That was your warm-up question. Here is question number 2. Another question about the ghosts. Which of the ghosts in Pac-Man often runs away from Pac-Man after he gets too close? I told you a little bit about some of the behaviors of some of the ghosts. Which ones are more aggressive? Which ones are less aggressive? Which ones are confused? Which of the 4 ghosts in Pac-Man is the one that often runs away from Pac-Man when he gets too close? Is that A, Blinky, the red ghost, B, Pinky, the pink ghost, C, Inky, the blue ghost, D, Clyde, the orange ghost? I don't know if you were able to see this in today's gameplay because I swear to God all 4 of these ghosts were out to get me today. I don't think any one of them was particularly afraid of me. I think they were all in cahoots, planning and plotting and strategizing. But it is well known that one of these ghosts has been programmed to run away from Pac-Man when he gets too close. Which one is it? You have 10 seconds. I will start the clock now. Ooh, Simon's got a guess. I see a guess of B for Simon, B for Mitch. Oh no, that was from the first one. We have D for Simon, Clyde the orange ghost, and Mitch is going with A, Blinky the red ghost, the leader of the gang. All right, I'll tell you a little bit about these ghosts, but first I'm going to reveal the answer. And it is D, Clyde the orange ghost. Simon, you are correct. A little bit of research on the internet yielded some information about the programmer's intent. They realized early on that it would make sense for them to program different AI behaviors into the four ghosts. So Blinky, being the leader of the gang, he chases you. He gets much faster as the pellets disappear, much, much faster. So he gets crazier the less pellets are left on the screen, and he comes right at your face all the time. Well, maybe not all the time, but most of the time. Inky. Inky is wildly unpredictable. Inky is the blue ghost. You never know what Inky's going to do. He seems to be random. Other times he seems to trap you. He's kind of a maniac, and they programmed him that way intentionally to be crazy and unpredictable. Pinky. As we all saw in the game, Pinky, the white ghost or the pink ghost in the original arcade version, Pinky is a clever little bugger. Pinky tries to trap you. Pinky is the smartest of all the ghosts. Pinky's not crazy or unpredictable. Pinky doesn't come right at you. Pinky will intentionally bait you, try to get you into a corner, try to cut off your escape, try to trap you at all times. Pinky is evil. You want to stay away from Pinky. And Clyde, of course, is the scaredy ghost. Early on, Clyde will come near you, and as soon as you turn towards Clyde, he will turn and run the other direction. But I think you actually have to turn and chase him to get him to turn around. But yep, it's a well-known fact. Clyde is the scaredy ghost, and he will sometimes run away from Pac-Man when Pac-Man gets too close to him. Yeah, so it's interesting because, you know, they didn't have a lot to work with. They didn't have a lot of memory on these cartridges, especially pre-NES. Like, this game came out in 1980, right, in the arcades. So they didn't have a lot to work with. The fact that they were able to program different behaviors into the enemies is a feat, and one to be commended. So good job for giving us 4 different ghosts with 4 very unique personalities that all hate Master G and plotted to embarrass him on live television on today's show. Question number 3, moving on. Another game question for you. Another game question you might know. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I revealed the answer to this. We didn't get far enough necessarily to see which bonus item offers players the most bonus points. But if you are an astute video game, arcade game historian, you may know the answer to this. Which bonus item in Pac-Man offers players the most bonus points? We saw the strawberry, we saw an apple, we saw a melon. I forget what else we saw. But that's the question. Which of those bonus items in Pac-Man gives you the most bonus points? Is it A, the strawberry? Is it B, the melon? Is it C, the key? Or is it D, the bell? Those are your 4 choices. The strawberry, the melon, the key, or the bell. One of these items actually gives you the most bonus points of all the bonus items in the Pac-Man arcade game. Which one is it? You have 10 seconds. Clock starts now. Whew. Simon got his answer in quick. Got to guess a C, the key. Mitch also going with C. Do we have any other takers? I know we have at least one more live viewer. It's okay if you're a little bit shy, but you should know we're a very welcoming crowd. We have a great little group of fans here. All these folks on the show are all strangers to me. They found my channel. They became diehard fans. I love them all for it. You have nothing to be afraid of. Shout out your answers if you'd like to play along at home. You are both correct, though. The answer is C, the key. Now, the strawberry is only worth 200 points. We did get a couple strawberries in today's show. The melon actually worth 1,000 points. That would have been pretty fantastic. The bell is worth 3,000 points. The key is worth 5,000 points. That means get yourself 2 keys and you get an extra life. So I guess that's how they do it. As things get faster and faster and faster, you really have to make sure you pick up these bonus items because you only need 10,000 points for an extra life. So think of that. You get a couple keys, a couple bells here and there, and you're getting an extra life on every single level, right? That must be how the pros do it. That must be how they set those world records. I don't know. I'm going to have to watch. I'm going to have to watch and see. All right. Question number 4. Question number 4. What a good one. What a good one. This is a good and hard one. I hope you guys get this one right. Simon, I think you might be 3 for 3. Mitch, I think you're 2 for 3. That's still respectable. You know how hard these trivia questions can be. This is question number 4. I usually the hardest one because I saved my favorite one for last. Question 4 is this. Pac-Man has the distinction of claiming each of these video game firsts, except one. Which one? Is it the first cartoon based on a video game? Does Pac-Man have the distinction of being the first video game to feature cutscenes? Does it have the distinction of being the very first survival horror game? Or does it have the distinction of being the first video game with power-ups? Now, let's say the question again to make sure it's not confusing. Pac-Man actually has the distinction of being the very first video game to claim 3 of these. So 3 of these, Pac-Man was the first video game to do. Only one of these, Pac-Man was not the first video game to do. That's the question. Pac-Man has the distinction of claiming each of these video game firsts except which of the following. So you have to tell me which one Pac-Man was not the first to do. You have 10 seconds. I'll start the clock now. Simon's going with C, first survival horror game. It's a pretty good guess, We talked a little bit about that. We talked a little bit about the power-ups in the manual. We talked about the cutscenes while we were playing. We even talked about the cartoon, which I strongly encouraged everyone to look up, especially if you were alive during the 80s. It'll bring back some fond memories of your childhood. Mitch is going C. He thinks there was an Atari horror games before. Yeah. Simon says C because the game was originally directed to women. That might be a good guess. I will tell you this. I don't think at the time, because there wasn't really a clearly defined survival horror genre, but I think in retrospect, I think in hindsight, when you look back, Pac-Man really is a survival horror game. It is the precursor to those types of games where you're being chased and you're just running around in a maze or a labyrinth or some house or something, and bad guys are chasing you, and the only point is to not get caught by the bad guys. If you think about it, Pac-Man might have invented that idea. But you're both correct, because Pac-Man was not the first survival horror game. In fact, there was a game that came before Pac-Man that is credited with being the first survival horror game. It is called Nostromo, after the spaceship in Alien, the Alien movie. It did come out before Pac-Man, and it was very much like the movie Alien. You were trapped on a ship, running through, sort of mazes of rooms, and an alien was chasing you. It was invisible, and it would pop out at certain times, hop onto the screen, and scare the crap out of you in the 80s, in the arcade era. That game is called Nostromo. It came out, I believe, the same year as Pac-Man, but it did come out before Pac-Man and is often credited as the first survival horror game. However, if that game had come out a year later, I think Pac-Man deserves the distinction of being the first survival horror game in the genre. The Pac-Man cartoon, interestingly enough, the very first cartoon ever to feature a video game or video game characters, or to be focused on a video game. The Pac-Man cartoon from the 80s was the first to do it. It is also the first video game to feature cutscenes. Cinematic cutscenes in the middle of gameplay that had no purpose whatsoever except to make you laugh. And actually the first game to feature the idea of power-ups. I don't know if they thought of those capsules as power-ups at the time, but it's the first game to feature some way to power up your character and change the rules of the game. Pick up the pellets, and then you can eat the ghosts instead of the ghosts eating you. Pac-Man was the first game, often credited at least as the first game to feature power-ups, the first game to feature cutscenes, and definitely the first cartoon based on a video game. Hey, Buri, good to see you in the chat. I hope you got to see some of the show. You're tuning in just for the end of Bar Trivia if you're not. But you guys know how Bar Trivia ends. We're about to get to our 5th and final question. And I always save my favorite one for last. So, if nothing else, take this bit of trivia with you when you leave today's episode and share it with all your friends at your next party. The 5th and final question is this. The original name of Pac-Man was actually Puck-Man. Cheers. I don't have much of my drink left, but that's why we named the cocktail recipe the Puck-Man, because the original Pac-Man was actually named Puck-Man. But Midway changed it when they began producing arcade cabinets. For which of the following reasons? I told you they did change it to Pac-Man, and they actually loved it because it stuck, and they changed Puck-Man to Pac-Man all over the world. They preferred Pac-Man to Puck-Man. But Midway, the maker of those arcade cabinets, are the ones who actually decided on the name of Pac-Man. Why? What was the reason for that? Was the name change due to a licensing dispute with an NHL, that's the National Hockey League, trademark over the word puck, obviously? Was it because of a mistranslation from the original Japanese? You know, sometimes those characters can be hard to read. Was it to deter arcade vandalism? Or was it to avoid association with a known murderer, Al Puckman? Those are your choices. One of these is the reason why Midway decided on the name Pac-Man. Which one was it? You have 10 seconds. Think about it. Clock starts now. Woo! Woo! Barry wants to see Fitzgerald. I can probably show you Fitzgerald. I'm going to have to be clever about it. I'm going to give you one more second. I'm going to give you one more second because I'm going to lure little Fitz up here. How am I going to lure my co-host Fitz? With a cactus squeaker toy. All right, but first, let's get to the fifth and final question. We got a guess of C from Simon to deter arcade vandalism. Mitch, you're going with B, just a common mistranslation. It's easy to have happen, right? Buri, you're going with C. I like your guesses. You guys are correct. The correct answer is C. Midway started producing those arcade cabinets with Puck-Man painted on the side. And they very quickly realized, you know what's going to happen? You guys know what's going to happen, right? You know what's going to happen if we put an arcade cabinet in the local arcade with Pac-Man or Puck-Man painted on the side. You know those punk hooligan kid from the 80s are going to take their quarters and they're going to scratch off part of that P in Puck-Man. And you know what it's going to say instead? There's no way we can print Puck-Man on the side of these arcade cabinets. And that's why. They just arbitrarily made that decision. You know what? If we're going to produce these, we've got to pick a new name. So let's just slap the name Pac-Man on the side instead of Puck-Man so we don't get those punk kids from the 80s scratching off the P and making